Welcome back, Loyalty. This is Robert Loyale, and I want to show you guys my 2017 portfolio. Now, you guys, 2017, as you can see, has been pretty good to me, all right? Like, I have a lot of work in 2017. Some of this stuff I probably could have got paid more for, but I didn't. I just didn't really too much care about the pay. I was really more about putting up together, like, a good portfolio, which my website will be done, you guys. Like, so the website that is up right now, no longer, all right? I have my own little website coming out that I pretty much created myself, and that will be up for you guys to see. But going back to what we're trying to do here today, I want to show you guys a few pieces or whatnot that pretty much made my 2017 great, all right? So I'm going to just pull out a few, and I'm going to talk about it. And this actually goes hand in hand with 2017 reflection that I'm going to put out before the end of this year, which is pretty much just going to be a reflection of what I did 2017 and what I'm expecting to do and planning to do in 2018 going forward for you guys. And as far as like the business goes and stuff like that, we'll talk about it. You'll see the video. It'll come out soon. And before I start this, I want to remind everybody that I worked with that we did have an agreement that if I was to do anything for anybody, I could at least talk about it on my YouTube channel. So I'm not going to spill any beans on the secrets or anything like that we have between each other. I'm just going to talk about my direction and how I went, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Future of Funny comedy show. Now, the Future of Funny comedy show was something that I did for somebody on Facebook. Now, this guy is amazing, all right? Like, you talk to him, he's a comedian. He'll have you laughing. He'll have you crying, laughing. You know what I'm saying? And you would have a very great conversation with him. You know, like he's kind of like Kevin Hart, but a little bit funnier or whatnot. I'm not trying to say Kevin Hart is not funny. Please don't get me for that. But this guy is hilarious, all right? And he has like a lot to say about his story and stuff like that. And he actually listens, okay? So you can talk to him. He'll process it. He'll say, oh, I get it. And he'll spit back out something that's even more creative than what you was already saying, okay? And I like that about him, you know? I keep up with him, and you guys should kind of look for his Future Funny comedy show stuff on YouTube and stuff like that. But with this, he wanted me to create like a layout and a logo that he can use for whenever he needs to put out like something. So I did that for him. I started out with some motivation. I went and pulled out some flyers that pretty much look cool or whatnot. And we was just kind of talk about some things that he kind of liked and some things that he didn't like. So with this one, we kind of like the fact that we could put stuff in the middle. Okay, so if you wanted to do something, here's the actual comedy show right here. Here's the text and stuff like that. We like that. Okay. But with this one, he can pretty much have his line of people who's coming through. So if, let's just say, Lavelle Crawford was there, you know, Lavelle Crawford could be there. Joe Torre could be in the middle or whatnot. But if he didn't want to put that there, he could put like the information from this into this little spot right here. So we was looking at things that we can do with that. And then with this one, it was just kind of looking at like more motivation, which we didn't really touch on with this one. So the logo work that I created was based off what he told me, which was he wanted to tell a little bit more of a darker comedy. And I thought that this would be a good opportunity to introduce something a little bit like this. So I started off with like a sketch, and of course I don't have the sketch right now, but I started off with a sketch, and then I made, you know, this right here, which was the black one with, you know, orange and white lettering, which was pretty cool. Like, he liked that. He said, hey, I kind of like that. And then with that, I created this orange one, and this is what we went with. So I think this worked out pretty well. Now, because we needed a layout, because that's originally what he wanted. He really didn't really care about like the logo and stuff like that. But what he did care about was an actual flyer. So I presented him 2 flyers, okay? And it was kind of based off of what we did here. So the first one was this one, which, you know, it's kind of like, it's something, okay? Something to kind of hold him over until I actually pull something together, which was his picture in the front. You know, kind of that stuff that we were talking about that he liked. With this, you know, he could put in like whatever he needed to go, text right here, and that was pretty good. We then moved into this one right here, which was a little bit more of that darker comedy that we were talking about. So this darker comedy, which I added like some of these lights and stuff like that to show that the comedy show is blessing the stage. You know, I put his picture right here. So, you know, he wanted that kind of picture of him in there somewhere. And then, you know, he could add whatever text he could at the bottom of this, and he could put whatever comedians or whatnot that he wanted to appear up in this little space right here, which he really liked. So the black one actually won over the one that was kind of white, which was okay because, you know, I needed to give him something, okay, at first. But when we started to really develop this second one, we made sure that the colors popped and that the black inside of like the logo was matching the black outside. I put textures in here, you guys. Textures actually mean something as far as branding go, and with this, it's just kind of like a little paper that's kind of crumbled up and you can throw away. But basically what it's saying is that those ideas reflect that black comedy. So it's like a pure comedy that people throw away because they don't want to offend anybody. But in his comedy show, he doesn't care if he offends you or not. He wants you to say what you got to say and hear it out and laugh at it, because it's basically a realistic, kind of relatable comedy. Okay, so that's what we came up with. So this is one that I kind of like. Focus on the Funny, LLC, Future Funny Comedy Show. You can look that up on YouTube. He is funny. Check him out. Now, this next one here is a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, Regia Sweet Naturals. I love her products, okay? You guys need to get this because it actually works. This stuff works on your hair. It's natural products and stuff like that. You should check it out. But the thing about this project was I was talking to her maybe like back in 2015 before I moved to Chicago. She wanted me to design a commercial for her. So I was thinking that we could do that. So the first thing that I wanted to do was create a mood board, because I didn't want to go anywhere into anywhere without an actual plan, right? So I created like this static mood board right here, which was showing the texture of what we got. I wanted the logo to be here. You know, I actually had to redo this logo actually because it was kind of pixelated and stuff like that. And then transitions, like you guys don't see this as much, but the way that I have like this line going to this line and stuff like that, and these lines like this, is because I wanted to show transition. These are the colors that I wanted to use within the actual commercial, and these were the text that I wanted to use, and then some of these appropriate images that we have here, which is just the actual products and stuff like that. So we have everything down, right? We have like the textures, the colors, the product, the text. We have the buzzwords, which would be groovy, excited, and fun. Like everything was ready to go, and she loved this. So what I did was I created like a dynamic mood board, which I'm going to play for you guys right now. And with that dynamic mood board, she loved it, by the way. We was able to put together an actual commercial. So she approved it. And what I did was I looked out for like some kind of like voices that were in that range of excitement, fun, and groovy and stuff like that. So I came to a friend of mine, and my friend was like, yes, I can record for you, which she does this all the time. I love her so much. And if you're actually watching this, Lisa, thank you so much, because your voice is amazing, okay? Like you have the most amazing voice. But with that, I was able to create this project that was pretty much good for YouTube, Facebook, her website, TV, and Instagram. So with that being said, you guys, this is the actual commercial that I created.
Hey, stop damaging your natural hair with unnatural products and get into the groove of organic, safe ingredients. Dry hair, shrinkage? No way! Regia's Sweet Naturals are superior options for moisture and growth. Have a little fun without worrying about your hairstyle. Regia's Sweet Naturals, embracing the all-natural you.
And that was the end of that project. So amazing project that I love to do, and I'm glad that I was able to make commercials for her, at least, because that opened up the doors for me to do other commercial work for other companies like the Field Show and stuff like that, which I have to get into another time, you guys. That was fun for me and amazing for me to do. But with this one, we can go ahead and move along to another project that I feel like was even better. Now, this next one is going to be the last one as well, because I'm not going to talk about all of my projects or whatnot, but I just want to show you guys my progression into actual t-shirt design. Now, this next one right here was, I think, pretty much my first 2017 t-shirt design for somebody. And this guy hit me up on Instagram, and he said that he wanted me to design some shirts for him, all right? So we started off with this sketch right here, and in this sketch, I wanted to pretty much line out the actual llama. Now, this is what we got, and the elements that I added in here is based off what he told me about his mother, which was she was born in 54. The whole llama is supposed to represent her. The sunglasses, he said that his mom wore sunglasses all the time, so we put sunglasses on the actual llama. And he said that when she passed away, that she went into the stars in the heavens, okay? So we put this star right here, and that was to represent his mom. And in this was the collection 5. So the Virgo Cashmere collection 5, and that was pretty much all that we needed to do. With this, we ended up creating this one right here, which is a actual t-shirt design and stuff like that. So I was able to put that together and put it on an actual t-shirt for him, which he loved, by the way, because he still uses it today. And this one right here actually opened me up to actually translating messages into t-shirt designs, because I wanted people to know that it's not about the design, it's about what it actually means. And when I created this one, this was something that meant something to him. Like, this was really heavy for him. And when we was talking about it, he actually started crying because he said everything about this reminded him of his mother, and that was something that I wanted to do. So after we got done with this one, he wanted me to create another one, which is okay because I like to do stuff like this. So I created another sketch, and this was basically just kind of like a collection booster, all right? It's just the actual Virgo C5, which is collection 5. And I ended up submitting this to him. He was like, yes, I love it. Can you draw it out? Can you actually make it into a mock? So what I did was I created it, and I did something a little bit like this. So just a little bit different from what I did originally from the sketch. I ended up with this little design here, which was amazing, all right? Like, it blew him off. He was just like, bro, this is the best thing I've seen in life. But when it comes to presentation, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that he was blown off, blown away. All right, so after I did that for him, he printed it up. He actually showed me some t-shirts, but I can't find them anymore. I have to actually hit him up to see if I can get those. But he printed them out. He was completely satisfied with it. He kept asking me to do things for him. And I wish I can show you guys more, but that actually gets a little bit more personal and stuff like that, so I can't really keep talking about that one. But this was a very fun project for me. And like I said earlier, that shows me that I can translate messages into imagery, which showed me a little bit more about t-shirt design, because when I started doing t-shirt design, I actually just thought it was art. But as I started putting together a whole scope of things that actually meant what a designer is supposed to be, like you're supposed to design things, which is just a plan, okay? When I started doing that, then I was able to see how effective designing was, as far as like putting a message together and putting out something that's effective, okay? So that's what I did for him, and he loved it. It was amazing to see him actually smile, actually seeing him put that on the shirt, and he represents it like almost all the time out here in Chicago. With this, I'm gonna have to go ahead and close the book on 2017. 2017 was like an amazing year for me. I found out that I can actually do things and I can help people out, which all I wanted to do when I started design was help people out. And I was always going for the job, and I could never get the job, and it hurt my feelings so much that I was just like, forget it, I'm starting my own little business. And I started a business, but I couldn't finish it out because I found YouTube, and YouTube actually helped me do different things, right? YouTube actually helped me help you guys, and that's what I wanted to do most, was give out information to you guys and put you guys in a better spot than where I was at. And I think you guys did that. You can leave it in the comment section below about how effective my tutorials have been and stuff like that for you guys. If it's not, then I understand. But I wanted to take you guys from a different place from where I was at. Like, I was in the dark, and I wanted to lead you guys to the light, you know? So hopefully you guys got that out of my videos. Hopefully you guys like the small portfolio review that I gave you guys, and hopefully you guys can take what you heard here and apply it to what you're doing other places. 2018 is going to be amazing. I cannot wait for it to happen. I'm dropping out a lot of stuff. I'm actually going to start a vlog, and I'm going to do a whole bunch of other stuff for you guys. I want you guys to be active, and I want to meet you guys somewhere, and we can have fun, and hopefully I can buy you guys a drink, and we can just kick it, work on our businesses together, and just develop. But until that time comes, you guys, just keep checking me out on YouTube, because I'm going to meet you guys one day. We're going to be somewhere someday. It's not today, but one day we're going to be in the same room, you guys, and we're all going to be able to talk with each other and meet each other and shake hands and all the type of stuff. And we're going to be like, yes, we've been in a place where it was dark. Now we're in the light, right? I hope you guys check out the 2017 review that I'm putting out in a few more days. But I'm a little hungry right now, so I got to get up out of here. But with that being said, stay amazing, stay creative, but above all else, stay awesome.